Hello, New Eden Mining Incorporated. This is Bleda Katna here, and I am going to do another video about fleet operations in New Eden Mining with specific attention to compensation methods for mining operations in fleet. Now, typically what Orca pilots in our corporation will do is we will take all the ore, whether it be jettisoned and we tractor it in with a tractor beam, or you deposit it directly into the fleet hangar on the Orca. Take all that ore, transport it to a station. Eventually it will be further transported to markets that have the highest buyer offers, perhaps held on to for a week or two so that we can watch the market and make sure we get the best possible price for the ore. And once we have sold off all the ore from that mining op, we pay out an even portion, an even share of the total profits to every member of the fleet. Now this is great, especially for pilots who are new to EVE Online, low skill pilots in beginner ships, because it helps them save up for those better ships when they raise their skills and are able to fly barges and exhumers. However, the corporation also offers up to 30% subsidy on your purchase of your first barge, and so because we have that offer, I wanted to come up with an alternative method of compensation that gave experienced pilots the opportunity to feel like they were getting the maximum value for their investment and their time spent. So what I've come up with is a spreadsheet that allows me to calculate the amount of ore that each pilot is producing, how much that ore is worth, and then after taking a cut for myself and the corporation wallet, what the payout is going to be for each pilot in the fleet. And what that further allows me to do is pay the pilot just for their time spent and their ore produced. So for instance, here you see that we're in this fleet with 5 members of the corporation in Kino 1 Asteroid Belt 1. And I've got 3 retrievers and a venture that I'm supporting. So far, let's take Kudex Coronet in his venture. He's been producing 33,333 units of scordite, massive scordite, per full load. And he's been depositing that directly into my fleet hangar. And what I do is I take that deposit and I put it into a spreadsheet that I've created. It has every ore type that's in this belt currently, and the price, the maximum buyer price offered on the market at this time. Then using formulas in the spreadsheet, it calculates based on the amount of ore deposited per pilot, with each pilot having their own tab, the market value of that ore, what a 10% cut is worth, and what the payout is after the cut. Those different types of ore are added into a total payout, and when that pilot wants to leave the fleet, I then can cash them out, and any future profit made by the fleet is kept among those producing members that are currently still in the fleet. So, poor Kudex, trudging away in his venture with 2 little mining lasers, he's going to get maximum fair market value for the ore he produces, but he's not cutting into Gatherer's production, who is mining in a retriever. And Gatherer, who is currently sitting here in his retriever and has no mining modules running, because he might be AFK getting himself a drink or something, is not cutting into Daniel's profits, who is actively mining. So it's just maximum fair value for your ore. It's just an option. It's something that I offer. And I always ask the fleet pilots what they'd prefer. Sometimes we go out in fleet and all of the profit goes towards one pilot's purchase of his exhumer. Somebody wants to get into a Hulk and doesn't have the cash on hand. Sometimes it goes completely into the corp wallet if it's going to support an expansion of the corporation or the expenses that the corporation has. Again, it's all entirely up to the members of the fleet. Now, one last thing to note about this method is this whole time I've been talking, I have not been paying a whole lot of attention to local, but you do see that local is up. So I'm watching for hostile pilots coming in. I haven't been running my directional scan to see what things are coming into the system. Normally I'd be all over this, watching very carefully what's potential threat around the fleet. I do, however, have the Orca aligned to the station, and I've got my security drones out watching for rats. I'm ready to warp the fleet out if it becomes necessary. It's just something to note as an Orca pilot that if you're multitasking at this level, trying to accurately capture all of this payout information, you won't be paying as much attention to security, which is a trade-off. And as you can see, the whole time I've been talking, now I've got a bunch of deposits in my fleet hangar that I need to move, and I need to track down whose those were. So if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go figure that out. I hope this has been instructive and entertaining and helpful. If you agree or disagree with this system of payment, I hope you'll leave me some comments in the comment section so that I can improve this system, and especially if you've got some suggestions for that Excel spreadsheet, because I don't claim to be an Excel wizard. Fly safe, and I hope to see you in the game.